posted on Jan.22, 2018-1649 KST Modified on Jan.22, 2018-1649 KST members of North and South Korean delegations take a pose for a group photo with officials from the International Olympic Committee in Lausanne, Switzerland on January 20. Yonhap News. A final decision was made on January 20 to field a unified Korean women's ice hockey team at the Pyeongchang Winter Olympics. Samjiyon Performance Group Director Hyon Song-wol and 7 other members of a North Korean preliminary review team for Olympic performers also arrived in the south on January 21, traveling over the Military Demarcation Line overland via the Gyeongui railway line. South Korea, for its part, is scheduled to send an advance team on January 23 to the joint cultural event venue at Mount Kumgang and the joint skier training site at Masikryong Ski Resort in North Korea. The transformation of the Pyeongchang Olympics into a Peace Olympics bringing South and North together is now underway. The decision to form a unified team and have the two sides enter together is not a conclusion, but a beginning. In the past, South Korea visits by North Korean athletes and cheering squads were often plagued by frictions. These meetings between the two sides also come after 9 years of deteriorating relations under the administrations of Myung-bak and Park Geun-hye. Certainly, we need to commit our efforts to ensuring there are no mishaps, but we also should not be too fearful of minor frictions. Even family members tend to clash whenever they're in the same place together after being apart for a long time. It's a process that allows us to understand each other and narrow the gap. Unified team should be encouraged. Greeted warmly. The women's ice hockey team will be the third unified Korean team ever, and the first in 27 years since teams were fielded for women's table tennis and youth football in 1991. At the same time, there are many differences in public opinion on the matter between then and now, as the recent controversy shows. Attitudes on North Korea have soured markedly, in large part due to its repeated nuclear threats, with 6 nuclear tests carried out since 2006. With problems of unfairness a growing issue in South Korean society, the unified team issue also reflects concerns that powerless athletes are being victimized by unilateral decisions from the higher-ups. Part of this stems from the fact the decision on North Korea's participation in the Olympics was so sudden, but the Moon administration also deserves some blame for its lack of efforts to communicate with the athletes early on and humbly seek understanding. That said, the behavior of some opposition party politicians and the conservative press over the course of this controversy has crossed the line. Their behavior suggests they think they have a good weakness to exploit, and their efforts to stir the pot with speculation and exaggerations are downright ugly. After the unified team decision, the Liberty Korea Party released a statement joining the public to denounce the Moon Jae-in's declaration of the Pyeongchang Olympics. They seem deeply worried that the Olympics could end up a success that leads to dialogue between South and North. For now, a major hurdle has been cleared. To be sure, there are probably still some people opposed to the idea of a unified team. But the first thing the South Korean public should be doing is to offer its encouragement so that the efforts to South Korean athletes are not in vain, while warmly welcoming the North Korean women's hockey players as they arrive. In this entirely unfamiliar environment, it's time to put the controversy to rest so the South and North Korean athletes can do their best together. We also look forward to the beautiful sight of South and North Korean fans cheering together. Genuineness needed from NK2. There are still some concerns about what North Korea might do. Already, it has caused confusion by announcing its delegation's visit on January 20, then abruptly cancelling it and sending the group the following day on January 21. No explanation was given to the South Korean side. This is not only incomprehensible from a diplomatic standpoint but also a very rude way to act toward a partner in negotiations. If the purpose of sending large numbers of athletes and performers south is to bring about improvements in inter-Korean relations as Pyongyang claims, then it needs to behave in a more humble and sincere manner. This is also a way for it to win the support of fellow Koreans in the south. We sincerely hope their unity the Olympics has brought to South and North will lead to improved relations and peace on the peninsula once the games are over. Please direct questions or comments to english@hani.co.kr. Copyright 2012 The Hankyoreh Media Company. All rights reserved. No part of this material may be reproduced, stored in a retrieval system, or transmitted in any form or by any means, electronic, mechanical, mimeographical, in recorded form or otherwise for commercial use, without the permission of the Hankyoreh Media Company.